Hi friends, welcome back to the channel Learning Literature Online. If you are new to this channel, please subscribe it and hit the bell icon so that you won't miss the regular updates from this channel. Today you are going to discuss a poem Fern Hill by Dylan Thomas. The poem Fern Hill is an autobiographical poem in which Thomas uses the memories of childhood days in order to explore the theme of a journey from innocence to experience. The theme is based on William Blake's division, the world of experience and the world of innocence. The poet Dylan Thomas was born on October 27, 1914 in Swansea, South Wales and died in 1953. He was a Welsh poet and writer. He was famous for his lyrical and emotional poetry and was known for imaginative use of language and vivid imagery. And his father was an English literature professor at the local grammar school and would often recite Shakespeare, fortifying Thomas' love for the rhythmic ballads of G.M. Hopkins, W.B. Yeats, and Edgar Allan Poe. At his 20, he won Poets' Corner Book Prize. His writings had more in common with the Romantic tradition, unlike his contemporaries like T.S. Eliot and W.H. Auden. The poem Fern Hill was first published in 1945. It is last poem written in Deaths and Entrances. It is an autobiographical poem where the poet remembers his childhood days spent in the farm Fern Hill. The poem is intensely nostalgic. It contains 6 stanzas of praising, then lamenting. Poet looks back at the innocence of childhood and remembers his days on the farm Fern Hill. The poem can be divided into 2 parts. The first 3 stanzas are related to the poet's experience as a child when he used to spend his summer holidays at his uncle's farm Fern Hill, and the last 3 stanzas are about an awakening in the child which signifies the loss of the world of innocence. Fern Hill is a country house and farm where Anne John, poet's aunt, lived. He stayed there in 1920s and wrote about the house in his short story, The Peaches. The poem Fern Hill. Now, as I was young and easy under the apple boughs, about the lilting house and happy as the grass was green, the night above the dingle starry, time let me hail and climb, golden in the heydays of his eyes, and honored among the wagons. I was prince of the apple towns, and once below a time I lordly had the trees and leaves, trail with daisies and barley down the rivers of the windfall light. Here the poet begins the poem Fern Hill by remembering his good old days he spent in the farm Fern Hill. Speaker nostalgically, fondly remembers his days on the farm. He was happy, and those happy moments were decorated with innocence of childhood. He was young and easy under the apple boughs. He was enjoying about the lilting house. Lilting means cheerful, happy house. and happy as the green grass was green. He was happy as the grass was green. The night above the dingle starry, time let me hail and climb. Night above the dingle starry. Dingle means valley. And he was happy with the house, the green grass, and night above the starry valley. And in those days, time let him hail and climb. He was in the mercy of time. As he was child, he will one day get matured, so he will not be free. So now time let him hail and climb the trees, golden in the heydays of his eyes. He was under the care of time. Though he was child, as he was child, he was carefree and happy. He was unaware of this time. So time let him hail and climb. He was golden happiest in the heydays of the eyes of time. Time is here presented, is being personified as a guardian. He was in the mercy of time. And he was honored among vagans, and he was prince of the apple towns. He was lonely there with all the plants, animals and trees. So he was like a prince among the apple trees. And once below a time, I lordly had the trees and leaves trail with daisies and barley down the rivers of windfall night. Once below a time, once he had the experience, he was lordly, kingly. He was the king among the trees and leaves, trail with daisies and barley down the rivers of the windfall light. He was like prince and king in among the trees, plants and animals and creatures there in the farm Fern Hill. And as I was green and carefree, famous among the barns, about the happy yard and singing as the farm was home, in the sun that is young once only, time let me play and be, golden in the mercy of his means, and green and golden and I was huntsman and herdsman. The cows sang to my horn, and foxes on the hills barked clear and cold, and the Sabbath rang slowly in the pebbles of holy streams. As he was young and green and carefree, see, as he was happy, naive, pleasant, carefree, he was famous among the barns. He was known to all the barns, animals, plants, and whatever it was there. About happy yard and singing as the farm was home. He was leading a carefree, happy, pleasant, cheerful life in the sun that is young once only. He is aware. He is aware about the movement of time. The sun is young only once. The time will pass. He is in the mercy of the sun. The time let me play and be. He is in the mercy of the time. Time is guardian. Time is being personified as a controller. So the time allowed him to play and be golden, be happiest in the mercy of his means. He is having all these experience in the mercy of time. And green and golden, I was huntsman and herdsman. He was green and golden, so he was huntsman and horseman. The green and carefree having dual meaning of both young and pleasant and also naive. He was huntsman there and herdsman there. The cows sang to my horn. The foxes on the hills barked clear and cold. The Sabbath rang slowly in the pebbles of holy streams. Sabbath means Sunday. See, whatever experience he had on the farm, it was clear and vivid. He recollects in his old days also whatever he the experience he had on the farm, with clear images. The cows sang to my horn. He had a clear picture of what the cows had sung to his own. The foxes on the hills barked clear and cold, and the Sabbath rang slowly in the bubbles of holy streams. See, he is cherishing what memory he had. See, he was experiencing, he was feeling his life on those days as he was young and carefree. All the sun long it was running. It was lovely. The hay fields high as the house, the tunes from the chimneys. It was air and playing, lovely and watery and fire green as grass. And nightly, under the simple stars, as I rode to sleep, the owls were bearing the farm away. All the moon long I heard, blessed among stables, the nightjars flying with rigs and horses flashing to the dark. All the sun long it was running. He had been having this pleasant experience throughout the day. Throughout the day, he was having this pleasant, cheerful experience. It was lovely. See, the experience, whatever he had on the farm was lovely. The hay field high as the house. See, he is remembering. The tunes from the chimneys. See, the nuances, the minute experience he had from the house. It was air and playing. See, all the experience was lovely and cheerful, lovely and watery, and fire green as the grass. It was young and naive on those days, and nightly. See, it was what was the experience on his daytime. It was pleasant and happy, and nightly under the simple stars. While he was there in the farm, Fern Hill, nightly under the simple stars, he had vivid dreams. As I rode to sleep, the owls were bearing the farm away. While he went to sleep, he had dreams of owls taking the barn away, farm away. All the moons long I heard. Throughout the night he heard, blessed among the stables. He was blessed among the stables. What he heard the nightjars flying with rigs. He heard nightjars, the birds flying with the rigs, and the horses flashing into the dark. 3. While he was there in the day, he had a pleasant experience through the farm with animals, plants, trees, and creatures. He had a pleasant experience. He used to climb the trees. In the night, he had a good dream also. See, here is another connotation. The owls are taking his barn away, a slight transition from innocence to experience, then to awake, and the farm like a wanderer white, with the dew come back, the cock on his shoulder. It was all shining. It was Adam and maiden. The sky gathered again, and the sun grew round the very day. So it must have been after the birth of the simple light. In the first spinning place, the spellbound horses walking warm out of the winning green stable on the field of prize. Then to the next day, the child awakens to the rooster, to the cock. The cock itself is like a wanderer white with dew. The cock is like wanderer white with dew. There is an image of an idyllic childhood. It was all shining. The next day morning, he awakens in the farm. The day was all shining. It was Adam and maiden. See, the next day, farm was like the creation of Adam and Eve. The sky gathered again, the sky was there again, and sun grew round that very day. The sun was there it was moving, the day was moving, transition is there from innocence to experience. So it must have been after the birth of the simple light. So the very next day must be like the birth of the simple light. That must be like the day after the birth of the simple light. In the first spinning place, the spellbound horses walking the worm. In the first spinning place, the spellbound horses were walking warm out of the whinnying green stable on the field of prize. Now also he had a kind of experience. Then a transition can be seen. And honored among foxes and pheasants by the gay house under the new made clouds, and happy as the heart was long. In the sun born over and over, I ran my heedless ways. My wishes raced through the house high hay, and nothing I cared at my sky blue trails that time allows in all his tuneful turnings of few, and such morning songs before the children green and golden follow him out of grace. He was honored among foxes and peasants by the gay house. Once he was honored under the new made clouds, and happy as the heart was long. Under the new made clouds, he was happy as the heart was long. In the sun born over and over. See, now the time is moving. Sun is born over and over. I ran my heedless ways. So he started to go heedlessly or paying no attention to the farm, Fern Hill. My wishes raced through the house high hay. His wishes raced through. He had new wishes. So he started running behind his wishes. So nothing I cared. Now he gave no consideration, no care for the farm at my sky blue trails. That time allows in all his tuneful turnings of you, and such morning songs before the children green and golden follow him out of grace. In all his tuneful turnings of you and such morning songs, nothing he cared. Such morning songs or tuneful turning before children green. See, it was all tuneful turning and morning songs before whom children who were green, golden, follow him out of grace. Nothing I cared in the lamb white days. He gave no care, no consideration. That time would take me up to the sallow thronged loft by the shadow of my hand. Up to the sallow thronged, crowded loft by the shadow of my hand. In the moon that is always rising. See, the moon that is always rising, not that riding to sleep. See, not that moon riding to sleep. I should hear him fly with high fields. Actually, the poet or the speaker should have heard him fly with the high fields and wake to the farm forever fled from the childless lamb. And this boy or the moon wake to the farm forever fled from the childless land. Oh, as I was young and easy in the mercy of his means. See, he should have walked up to this farm as he was young and easy in the mercy of his means. Time held me green and dying. Time held me once green, now dying. Though I sang in my chains like sea. See, now he is being chained like the sea. Now he cannot experience what experience he had once he was child. So he is being chained. The poem is over. Analysis of the poem. The first three stanzas are the poet's experience as a child that we have already mentioned. Then the last three stanzas are about awakening in the child is also it's been mentioned. In the third stanza, the poet slowly moves toward the transition between the world of innocence and the world of experience. We can see it, a transition, a movement from world of innocence to the world of experience. Sleeping in the fourth stanza in the poem is symbolic, that refers to the loss of innocence that quits the Adam and Eve who had slept after a fall from the grace of God. In the last line, the poet refers to his chained situation in the world of experience. Now he is in chain. Green color is withered now. This is all of this poem. Thank you.